Hello and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Aileen Senpai. I'm a streamer on Twitch, an amateur singer, and a lover of all kinds of music. Now, last week, actually, I think it was only like 3 days ago, I first got introduced to Slayer, and I gotta tell you, I've been thinking about them ever since, so much that I decided I need to move them up in my next week's reactions as soon as possible. They needed to be the first ones on my list because honestly, it was just such a fun time listening to them and honestly realizing just how much hysteria they probably caused and created back when they were, first introduced in their time, made me really happy. For some reason, it makes me really happy knowing that they probably pissed and scared a lot of people off when this first released. And for some reason, that just fills my little metal heart with joy. And to be honest, of all the thrash bands that we've been, listening to this far on this channel, I gotta say, they are the most intense. These solos are insane. I feel like they probably started a couple fires with their electric guitars in their day. I just love the energy. It's so high intense. It's always at a 10 the entire time, and it just makes you feel really, really good about yourself. But I'm ready to punch some holes in my wall, ready to get more into some Slayer. And the one I was getting requested the most was Angel of Death. So thank you for all of the love on the last Slayer reaction. I was really not expecting, all of that love. Y'all gave me so many incredible recommendations, and I am taking that all into account because I am now, a fan of this band. And thank you for welcoming me into this incredible thrash community. Can't wait for this journey with you guys. I am going down this rabbit hole, fully immersed, and I am so very excited for it. But before I press play on this video, if you do enjoy what you see here, please be sure to hit a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss another reaction ever again. With that being said, let's get started with today's video. It already kind of hits you. Ooh, nice little drum fill. I love how fast-paced.
The meaning of pain, the way that I want you to die. Slow death, immense decay, shower the cleanse of your life. Forced in, like cattle you run. Stepped out, your life work. Human mice for the engine of death. 400,000 more to die.
Whew, okay, already what, 56 minutes and 56 seconds in, I mean. And the drummer is already putting in so much goddamn work. I love that little scream as well. And I'm also loving this, artwork. I feel like people probably saw this cover and were running to the hills, and it probably pissed a lot of people and got, their panties in a bunch. But it's so funny because I feel like sometimes the bands back then, a lot of thrash bands kind of did this on purpose to cause that hysteria. And I feel like it was kind of fun. Not gonna lie, it was probably a little bit humorous to them to see how people, labeled them as like satanic or, ritualistic or cultist or, whatever. Mostly because people love to assume, and when something makes them uncomfortable, they want to slap on, oh, satanic, or this is the devil's music, because they don't understand it. But that makes me so happy that people probably got really, really pissed off at that, because I see this and I think, okay, this is artistic. This is cool. A little bit twisted, but at the end of the day, so is my mind. So I kind of dig stuff like this. But I don't know. First, I just got to say that just makes me so happy that they kind of went with it and then were just themselves and, caused all of this hysteria. I gotta do some more research as well, because I'm learning more about it. But yeah, let's continue. I'm gonna go back just a bit so I don't miss anything. Oh, the drums, man.
Angel of death. March to the kingdom of the dead. Sadistic, surgeon of demise, sadist of the noblest blood. Destroying without mercy to benefit the Aryan race. Surgery with no anesthesia. Feel the knife pierce you intensely. Inferior, no use to mankind. Step down, screaming out to die.
This is so fucking good. Oh, this is fantastic. I love the change on the drum. I want to hear. I love drums. I know I won't shut up about how much I love drums, but I'm loving all of these drum changes. I want to hear that one bit just one more time. Cool. Jesus Christ.
See the blood, very light. Smell your death as it burns deep inside of you. About the names, as it bleeds. Praying for the end of your wide awake nightmare. With the pain, reach out for you. His face of death staring down, your blood's running cold. Jetting cells, dying eyes. Feeding on the screams of the music he's creating. Pathetic, harmless victims left to die.
Jesus.
Rapid into little death, flying free.
This is so chaotic. Hold on. I'm about to have a heart attack. I need to hear that drum part one more time, but that solo just, you know, I feel like I just transcended through space and time listening to that solo. I love how chaotic it was. It was just like that in Raining Blood. I feel like they, you know, it's almost the end of the song. I feel like they like to end their songs and then they just kind of like fuck you up. Like they literally just try to fuck you up. I feel like that's what they do because that's what I felt like in Raining Blood. I felt the exact same way, but I want to hear that drum part one more time. That solo, yeah, that was incredible. Let's go. Let's just continue.
Angel of death, march to the kingdom of the dead. Infamous butcher, angel of death.
Whew.
Angel of
death. I don't even know where I am right now. What I really I'm just so mind blown about Slayer and a lot of metal bands that, especially in this time period, that talked about real things in history. Because obviously the first line of the song was Auschwitz, and it was, you know, beautifully screamed as well. And the song, if you read into the lyrics, can seem, for someone who's, you know, narrow-minded, can assume, oh wow, they are glorifying, you know, the Holocaust, they're glorifying this and that, but it's not it at all. I did do a little bit of research on this group after I watched my last reaction, and I discovered that, you know, some of the band is actually Hispanic. I'm Hispanic as well, and I did see that some of them are Christian or maybe were Christian. And it's interesting to me that a lot of people who are super religious or people who are, you know, just like to judge very quickly will see this and hear the song, see the artwork, and, you know, listen to the style of music and assume, wow, they are culty, they are satanic, they are glorifying violence, glorifying, you know, all of this stuff, when they don't realize they are probably more educated on the matter than they are. I've noticed that a lot. Thrash metal bands in this time period were very well educated on religion and government and, you know, a bunch of things in history, and used their platform to speak on it. Maybe go into a little bit more of graphic detail that our history books didn't want to teach us, because I feel like history books tend to sugarcoat a lot of things or try to make American history look not as bad as it actually was. And I've, you know, seen it a lot in school. I feel like I didn't learn the whole truth. And then growing up, honestly, listening to a lot of metal music, kind of educating myself and watching shows and movies about the real truth made me realize, like, oh, you know, it was actually way worse than it was. And this song talked about the brutal reality of the Holocaust, and they are not, you know, the bad guy. And maybe people in the time period didn't understand them. And it's just because they're just, again, quick to judge. And when something makes them uncomfortable, like a crazy solo, crazy drums, at a 10 level thrash metal, maybe they feel like, oh, wow, this is the devil's music, not realizing that they are actually giving truth and giving voices to people that are no longer here or cannot speak for themselves. And I greatly respect that so very much. I'm so very interested for the rest of their songs, because I have so much respect for metal musicians who, you know, just go deep, dive deep, deeply analyze and give you the harsh realities of the world. And I feel like people maybe are too scared to do that, but I feel like they're just so unapologetically themselves. And they probably, you know, gave two shits about what people thought about them. And they continue to use their platform for, you know, educational purposes, which is, you know, absolutely fantastic. But besides the songwriting and the meaning, I'm just so obsessed with Slayer in general. I've heard only 2 songs and I'm already a huge fan, because this is thrash at its finest. I feel like this is in your face, attention grabbing. You are instantly hooked within the first 5 seconds. The guitars are insane, vocals are insane, drums and bass, everything about this is just so absolutely spot on. And it truly just grabs your attention. Like, I feel like it's impossible to listen to a Slayer song and then just, you know, not fully let it captivate you. If you are, you know, not captivated by a Slayer song, I feel like you're not listening to it correctly, or you're not letting go of everything else. This just fully washes over you and it changes you, honestly, in the best way possible. My face hurts from smiling. My neck probably hurts from moving up and down. But man, I would give anything to be in this time and appreciate them in their time, because I feel like, you know, these concerts, these shows, it probably was the most high energy thing in the world. If you ever saw Slayer live, please let me know. I would love to know your experience. Obviously, I know they are not playing shows anymore. I believe some of the members have passed on. I'm learning, you know, bits and pieces as I get more into these bands. So my, you know, information might be a little bit fuzzy, so please let me know. But all I know is that they are very, very well known for being one of the greatest of all time. I believe they are a part of the, you know, elite 4 in American thrash metal. And I am going deeper and deeper into these tracks, and I'm just falling more and more in love with this, you know, genre, this era of metal. It's honestly, I love this style of metal. In 2022, I listened to a lot of, you know, listening to some death metal, listening to a lot of deathcore and progressive metal. But man, going into thrash, I'm realizing, like, wow, these are the elites. These are the greatest of all time. And it's kind of making me feel like maybe this is the greatest style of metal. And I just never had a chance to sit down and fully immerse myself in it. But thank you for all of these recommendations. I'm just so very incredibly blessed for you guys showing me and opening my eyes to this genre. I have been missing out for sure, but I am so glad we're finally getting into this, and we're getting into this together. But if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell, as it helps me out greatly, and then you will never miss another one of my reactions ever again. But if you would like to talk metal, we actually do play a little bit of music on stream. We react live on stream and talk a lot of music. I would love to get your input and get to know you a little bit better. I do live stream on Twitch every Monday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you would like to stop by, that would be absolutely incredible. But other than that, I have reactions every single day on this channel, so stay tuned. I'll be back tomorrow with some more music. Take care of yourself. Remember, I love you so very much, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye!